This is the Just Live podcast with Dan and Suzie Potter, episode 82.
Are you bodybuilding?
What's the condition of your body?
We begin in 22 seconds.
Live life, see the good days in it, just live. Live life, see the good days, see the good days. Follow your potential and live life, see the good days in it. Thrive.
Your life is a remarkable story and adventure that only you can create.
We exist to motivate and equip you to live fully alive.
Welcome to episode 82 of the Just Live podcast, where we are featuring the 5-star review for couples. This is a weekly check-in where you check in on the 5 areas with 5 values in each one of those. We have already come to spirit, heart, and mind, and today we're exploring the body.
Bodybuilding with Dan and Suzie.
So it is featured right here in our woods. This is the woods that we take over 10,000 steps in every single day. We're really blessed to have this gorgeous space. If it's raining here in Seattle, we have a bit of a covering. It's really sunny. It just really inspires us because it's a nature space.
So when it comes to the 5-star review, we always, weekly, take a moment and say, what are the values that we actually held on to this week when it comes to body, individually and together? And are we living according to those values?
So we encourage you to think about body, the physical space of you individually and together as a couple, and come up with 5 values. We're going to unpack ours. Feel free to borrow ours or make your own.
Yeah, you can just have them. You don't have to borrow them. You can keep them. Don't have to give them back. But what's the first star, Suze?
Okay, so the first star is fit. This is one of our goals. We're trying to be fit. We're trying to physically take walks, to exercise, to get our heart pumping. I've recently been not so fit because I damaged my shoulder in a one-game accident on the 4th of July. Another story. But that has kept me from being as fit as I want. And fit for me is like being in shape, being strong, being able to do things. I don't think I get a star this week in that area. So we don't get a star.
What? That's true. If she doesn't get a star, it takes 2. So fit is really important. Set a goal. What is it you actually want to be as a couple or individually in your fitness? And every week evaluate, did you get it? The second area, it's our star, is food. Probably one of my delights and downfalls. I love to cook.
Delight, double D.
I love to have ice cream. I love to celebrate with food, but it doesn't always look right on me. It tightens the t-shirt, if you know what I mean. So for me, I get with Suzie and I say, how do we actually bring some self-control into our eating? And we have something that we've tried to do, which is more protein, more meat, more vegetables, and far less sugar.
Yeah, we are on the thing that we found. Everybody finds the diet that works for them. For us, it's the Whole30. So it's trying to be a lot more foods that come straight from the source, from in the way that they come without alterations. We try to decrease
additions, I think.
We try to decrease the sugar and increase the veggies and the protein. And that's working really good to help us be fit.
I like half 30 more than whole 30, but that doesn't really give me a star. So the third star that we go for is the intimacy, being intimate as a couple.
Yeah, and so intimacy is, of course, physical, as you can imagine, with a couple, and that's wonderful. But it's also into me see.
Being very
so
vulnerable.
Being very vulnerable and being safe and trusting one another together. One of the things that has really improved our intimacy in this last week has been the research we've been doing on the 6-second kiss and 20-second hug because research says there's
And all the dolphins that are freed from the ocean. No, endorphin.
no,
Endorphin.
endorphin.
Something like that. Something about kissing just
because
makes me
the
think of dolphins being free.
The 6-second kiss and the 20-second hug allows you to have more endorphins, happy hormones released, and especially oxytocin, which is the connecting hormone. Normally you hear about that one with mamas and babies, but it really increases that. We found that to be true, and that allows us to have better intimacy, to slow it down and spend time together.
And besides, it makes your hormones happy.
All right, in the next area, the next value that we're checking in on our 5-star
With
review
the body.
is service.
Are you as a couple involved in some kind of service? Are you just focused on yourself, just surviving, just being too busy? Or is there something in your neighborhood, something in your community, something in the world, maybe some kind of contribution that you are saying, it isn't just about us. We are going to serve in this area. So of course it's serving one another, but there's some incredible thing that happens with our relationship
Physically serving.
when we physically serve others together.
And honestly, this one comes easy for us because Dan's #1 love language is acts of service. So he always has a radar to notice what people need and how he can step in and meet that need. And so usually, and I would say this week for sure, our neighbor has just been gone for a week and Dan's been stepping in and helping take care of the house and different things like that. So this is a really important one for us to physically serve other people.
So my #1 love language is acts of service, and Susie's is watching me serve. So if we do that together.
Oh, mine is words of affirmation and touch and quality time. And
Nice.
so I'm just going to fill in that
Thanks
gap.
Thanks for this walk here,
and
Suze.
yeah, we're going to cross our road now.
Look both ways. That's
Look.
what we say to our grandkids. Oh,
Okay.
it's bright.
And so our 5th value that
These
we're
are different
checking
for
in.
us. These are different
Yeah,
for us.
we're it's also our momentum goals. And for me, it's fabulous. And for you, it's
Fantastic.
okay. So in order to get a star for this, I have to be fabulous and I have to be, fabulous and you have to be fantastic.
Now, for me, it has to do with skill. If I've actually worked in the area of magic or art, and I've created some things that are fantastic for myself or for my watchers, star for me. Well, actually, half a star because she has to bring the other half.
Yeah, and so for me, fabulous has to do with me showing up and being fully alive as the person that God made me to be. And so that includes celebrating, that includes bringing joy, bringing peace, having deep conversations with people, but it really has to do with showing up with the people around us and in our world in a fabulous and fantastic way. And for us to get a star in this one, we both have to have lived this in the past week. And I think we get a star in that this week.
This week for sure. So what are the ways that you are building your body together? Do you have values that you are like, for us to have real success together in the body, these are the things
In
that
the
we need to hit.
physical areas.
And go through and begin to say, here are our 5 stars. And then weekly, go through and say, did we hit the food mark? Did we hit the intimacy mark? Did we serve together? And see how you're actually doing.
So, thank you so much for being a part of this 5-star review podcast number 82. We've already, if you haven't caught previous episode on spirit and heart and mind, we encourage you to jump back. It doesn't matter which order you take them in. Choose your 5 values that are important to you, that if you check in, you're gonna be able to see if you did it or not. And then go ahead and make your own and check in with each other.
And may you live fully alive as you love your life, your world, and your God. My name's Dan.
I'm Suzie. Together we are Doozy.
Live fully.
And love fully. Thanks for being on this walk with us.
And next week we're going to look at your people.